Hello, Quantum Darkness here. I'm making my weekly update on my animation project. I'll just go through the animation on pencil here. Um, I did all the backgrounds and all the colors for the characters and the backgrounds. And you see this background here, I defocused a little bit using Photoshop elements. I felt like the characters were getting lost a little bit in the background, and I wanted them to push them out a little bit. And I tried a even fuzzier focus, and it just seemed to really push them out too much. They kind of were like cut out paper pasted to the screen. It didn't look too good. I've still got that effect a little bit here. But I'm hoping when I add some shading and maybe I get a little bit of roundness to the characters that it won't be so bad. I'll just move on. This background here, I'm probably going to keep this like that. It's just an uncomplicated background, and I think looking at this guy from this POV of the kid, he's probably going to be up against the sky anyway, so that works out pretty good. His eyes are a little goofy there. I gotta go fix that. There's hundreds of things I gotta go fix. This background here, that color is the color of the grass. If you're looking at it from this perspective, you'd mostly be seeing grass, but I don't want to put the sidewalk and a tree and all that stuff in there and just clutter everything up. I think everybody and it's a pretty short scene too, so I think everybody would get more out of it this way. So I see his I gotta go put the fingernails in again. I've done that a couple of times already, but I was using the 4.4B when I started out, and it was getting a little bit crashy. I'm using the 0.5 now. This is a this is not really an official version. It's kind of a sideline version, but there's really not that much for Windows. So I'll put a link in the description to where you can download the 0.5. It hasn't crashed on me, I don't think. It might have crashed a couple of times, I don't know. But it's nothing like the 0.4 was doing. I've got 740 frames and lots of colorful bitmaps, so I guess that was a little bit too much for the other program to handle. You notice from my first animatic, I'm dressing the kid a little bit warmer. I think that's because it's actually got cold where I am, and you know, probably next summer when I go back and look at these, I'll be wondering what I was doing. I'm gonna go look at that. There was another mistake I saw. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he's the kid. For some reason looks at the camera. I don't know how that happened. Hey, where'd you learn how to act? Don't you know you're not supposed to look at the camera? Gosh, I'm working with amateurs here. Okay, let's move on. This guy, his face, that's another thing I gotta fix. When he turns his head, he turns into a completely different person. He's even dressed different. That's something that's it's real hard for me to do. Get somebody to let's stop it here. Get somebody to draw a face in two different angles and have them come out looking the same. And I just kind of threw this together, so that didn't work out too good. I got to go fix that. You notice his coat got shorter, his head got smaller, and his feet got bigger. I don't know how it worked out that way, but that's probably the first thing I'll go fix when I finish up here. The line, I'll stop here. Obviously I got to fix his hair. The line here is a little scruffy looking on his face. I could use the pen tool. I don't really like the pen tool or the vector. Use a vector layer so that it'll you won't get the alias. I don't think the problem is really the alias, and it's the pencil. But I'll move on. You look at the devil's close up, and you look at the line here, and that looks fine. So I think all I got to do is maybe just make it a little thicker, and maybe go over it a few times, and it'll look a little bit more like it's inked. There's a bunch of problems here. One is the sidewalk is wrong. It's too close to this side. It really should cut off right about there, and the sidewalk should be wider than the door. So that's a problem. And obviously this sidewalk they're all standing on is out of focus, as if it's further away from the camera, and which is impossible, of course, because they're standing on it. But I think all I got to do is just draw a line, and that should pop it back out. And they still look like they kind of look like they're floating in midair here. But if I attach some shadows to their feet, I think that'll send them back on Earth a little bit. Okay. Oh, and also I noticed that his eyes are dead. I think I kind of have a habit of I'm going to zoom in on him, get off the camera layer there, zoom in on him. Yeah, the highlights in his eyes, I made those with an eraser, which is kind of a habit I got into when I wasn't really coloring anything, when I was playing around with pencil. You can't do that. You can't make a highlight with an eraser. You have to actually inject some color in there so it'll cover up the background. Okay, back to the camera layer. Gotta give him some abs. I'm just seeing tons of stuff I gotta go fix. This background here, actually, that was a mistake. I forgot to put in another keyframe and in the exposure for this for the tree layer, and when I saw it, I thought I like it better than just the gray background. The only problem is it interferes with the lettering a little bit, and I'm just going to move the letters, and I'm going to keep them and keep the letters handwritten, because I kind of want the cartoony feel to the letters. They need to be a little darker, so I'll probably just go over them again with the pencil. Oh, and gotta color his cloud. I think I'll do that first. I'll color his cloud, and then I'll go fix this guy's face. And next week, hopefully I'll get into some in-betweening. If you don't know anything about pencil, it doesn't have any automatic in-betweening. There's no bones or anything like that. You have to draw the individual frames. So if I can find a good thing to do an in-betweening on, I'll try to do a time-lapse, and that might be fun. So we'll see if that works out. And that's about it. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.